bruh. Listen, you don't want no trouble, cuz. The 25th, I got a meeting with the governor. That's where rap a lot, no cap a lot. I used to from Farron down to Camelot. I used to whip up in my granny's pot. She asked my friends, was I? They said, no, be not. The fine to a praying woman. The truth's a heavy burden and it's weighing on me. Red Doggies caught me slipping with the wailing on me. I went to calling out for Jesus like a reverend on me. Chalked it up to sin, took it on my chin. Gotta take some L's if you wanna win. They took a but didn't take us in. I didn't even have no re-up I could re-up with.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a second down and 6. Play action this time with Love. He'll buy some time right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time for the Titans.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
A first down carry for Barkley. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 10. Play fake. Here's Love. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down. On
on third down. Love gets this one left side to Pettis. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. This defense for the Titans, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Jackson to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Kylen Granson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So, Charles, this game number 2 in the NFL career, this rookie quarterback, his guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things, and they like the fact that he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
They go play action with Jackson. Finds the open target, Arnold. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
2nd down and goal. Jackson. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on second down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Jackson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
Well, it's up about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So he had a chance to get him on the board there, but unfortunately that big yellow metallic structure in the back of the end zone, it had other plans.
And that's one where kicker's watching it the whole way saying, oh no, don't hit it. Rats.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Barkley unable to get away on the 1st down run as he'll be stopped for a loss of a couple. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like what...
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
The 1st down run by Barkley unsuccessful as he won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second and 11. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley, and this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. A handoff to Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw now, here's Love. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. So the long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Bud Dupree just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Jackson now. Eluding the pressure right. He finds his man, complete. It's Arnold. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there for Indy. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. To throw is Jackson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Quick throw into the hands of Pittman. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. To throw again is Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
If you're a wide receiver and they call a screen pass, you're counting on some people being out in front of you blocking. That play was well diagnosed by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, and they got there and swarmed and finished off the play.
Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Always fun to watch a big boy pick it up and go. He may need a little oxygen on it. He may need a lot of oxygen on the sideline.
Not only that, how about you and me trying to balance ourselves up here because you can feel the shaking all the way up to the booth. That big guy trying to get it to the house.
They got the fumble recovery. Now here's Love to pass. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A kicker fest so far. All points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, for the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going up top for Taylor. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And he will find his man on the outside. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here's Jackson rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
While the ultimate result was an incomplete pass, they sure look like a well-coached team because once he got outside of the pocket, the scramble rules come into effect. And a lot of the guys who ran deep routes, they come back closer to the line of scrimmage. And the running back usually runs a check down. He took it deep, and they gave it a big shot and came up unsuccessful.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action. Love to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Titans. Mecole Hardman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans will extend their lead here just before halftime. Now the try here for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Rodgers on the return. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Jeffrey Simmons showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now Jackson. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Jackson on first down. He'll check this down to Hines. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. He finds his man, complete. It's Arnold. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 41-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's a give to Barkley. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Love now. Here's Fuller with a catch. Touchdown, Titans. Will Fuller, his first touchdown of the new season. And the interception by the Titans D leads to a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Kenny Clark picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Jackson from the shotgun. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. Give him 16 yards on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Arnold. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Throw left side, complete. That's Arnold. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1 yard line.
1 yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Now after the play, oh man, it's Barkley who appears to be shaken up. He's down. We'll check on his status when we get back. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Love. He finds his target, Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st down, Barkley. Room here to run. Touchdown, Titans. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here's Rodgers to return. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. And this one taken in by Cephas. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing is Jackson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Now this likely a must-have, 3rd and goal. And Jackson throwing once more. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell there to make the grab. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. His first career touchdown pass, and, you know, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And the Titans are going to recover the football. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Ready. Blue 32. Oh, you got deep? Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Red, yellow. Go red. Check call, check call. Hey, check right, check right.
Throwing. Love. He'll flip this out to Evans. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
But normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Muscles him off. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
98 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Jackson hit, and he lost gets the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Rodgers on the return. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it. But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. He does a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.